Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the LIV'N Podcast. We have another very special guest today. Um, this guy used to be one of my earliest mentors back when we started almost 10 years ago. He's a brand owner. He's a dad. He's a CEO. He's a GM. He does so much stuff, and we're super honored to have him today. So without further ado, we have LB.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, of course. So we got a lot to get into, so I kind of really just want to hop into it so we can give the viewers what they came here to see.
Let's go.
So you do a bunch of stuff, you know. You got this business, you know, street brand, street apparel, Bounce Empire. You know, you're a father. Like, you got a lot on your plate. But kind of before all that started, what would you say was kind of like your earlier days of like hustling, and like how did you kind of start before like all this other stuff came about?
I would say my earliest days of hustling, probably when I was a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Cutting grass, you know, going around. My buddy had a paper route. I was helping him out with his paper route, and so we were hustling, going from door to door, having to collect these monies from these people to
Right.
get the money for the paper route. Like I said, with the grass cutting, you know, front yard $5, you know, front and back $15.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was just like just hustling to get some money. But the funny part, the money was to like buy comic cards and basketball cards and all this other stuff. So then that was a hustle itself, because we were trading and you were trying to, hey, I got this Michael Jordan for this Allen Iverson. So it was always like a hustle in that way. That would be like the earliest days of
Right.
the hustle I could think of.
Yeah, back in the sporting cards days.
Yeah. It was
That was huge. That was a big thing.
yeah, it was a big thing back then.
Yeah, and then like now, if you have some of those cards, you know,
Yeah.
they're worth.
Crazy money.
Yeah, and just like me, I was like, I wish I still had some of those cards.
Yeah. I just kind of recently got back into that, so
Yeah. Okay.
it's nice. I've had these cards for 30-something years, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was there a point where like you kind of went from kind of like the 9 to 5 gig to, you know, entrepreneurship, or did you kind of just hop straight into the like the entrepreneur world?
it was the 9 to 5 into the entrepreneur. So once my basketball career was over,
Okay.
you know, once I just, you know, decided, hey, I'm not going overseas. It's not happening. You know, after my injury, I was just like, hey, I've been playing basketball my entire life, and I sacrificed so much for
Right.
it, and the time and the family that I had to give up. I was just finally like, dude, I'm like 26, 27 now. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I had a good run. It was fun, but, you know, I want to start a family and stuff now. So while I was going to the basketball camps, I was working at Foot Locker part-time.
Okay.
My best friend was the manager, and they always wanted me to like come on full-time and stuff. And I was like, no, I just need this money to pay for the camps to go overseas and stuff.
Right.
And he showed me how much they make. He was like, and I was like, wait, what? Y'all make how much? Like, I was like, wait, you make what? Okay, I'm interested. you
Right.
know? And then he just showed me the ropes, you know, of, you know, managing a store. you
Right.
know? So then that's where I really got to see real business.
Yeah.
You know, working for Foot Locker. Obviously, I did like an 8-year career there. You know, had multiple stores that I ran. It's kind of what brought me here to Colorado in the first place. Took a store here in Colorado, but really got to see the backside of business, like how the like the numbers. you know?
Right.
And then meeting with, you know, CEOs and RVPs and stuff like that. You know, just them just giving you game on business, and it's like, okay, just soaking it all up.
Right.
You know, obviously went to college, had a 4-year degree, you know, in studio art, graphic
Okay.
design, 2 degrees actually.
Okay.
So that's where the art and the creativity
Right.
stuff comes from the art history and the graphic design. But didn't really know what I could do with that, you know.
Yeah.
So that Foot Locker job, you know, you know, when I'm passionate about something, I'm seeing all these clothes. So I get all of the newest, you know, Jordan T-shirts, Adidas, all the new streetwear, all of the athlete shoes and all
Right.
this. So you're putting these fits together and you're helping people out, customers that don't know, grandmas that don't know what to get stuff. So it's like, after doing that for so long, you're like, okay. You're like, I could do this. And then you see the sales on some of the most basic stuff, and you're like, wait, they're selling this for $34.99? They're
Right.
selling this for $60? Like, as a graphic designer, I'm like, dude, what? What? So, like I said, you start seeing the numbers and the
Right.
actual sales and stuff, and you're like, okay. So,
Yeah. How hard was it for you to make that shift? Because there's a lot of athletes, you know, when you ball, you start at a young age, 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
You play all the way through college, and then like that's all you know. It's like who you are as an athlete. but then realizing that like, hey, maybe like this isn't my career path. How hard was it to make that switch of like identity of going from that to where you went?
It was really hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of the hardest things I've had to do in my life, just because like I was really good,
right.
you know, and I put everything into it. Like I was going to school to be an architect, but the schools I chose didn't have architecture. So one thing my mom always harped on was have something to fall back on.
Right.
You know, your degree, get a job, be able to fall back on that. So that set me back once the whole basketball career, because now I'm like, I didn't go for what I really want to do in life, you know, and then to possibly start over, it can be done, but you're just like, dude, I've been in school for the last 7 years, you know, like it's rough. So it's really rough, and it's something that should be talked about more, because there's a lot of us that did not make it to the league.
Right.
You
know? Most people don't.
Yeah. But you're told mentally to keep thinking like you can always do it.
Right.
Like, so you never are thinking, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. You're like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. So you put all your eggs in one basket. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. When you realize, like, even like you're like senior year in high school, I'll never play high school basketball again.
Right.
Senior year in college, I'll never play college basketball again, you know? And then it's like, I'm a big boy now. I got to put some money on this table.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So then that's what it really came down to, is like money. It was like I was working part time, and it was like chump change, and it's just like you start seeing the world and everything. And you're just like, I need to make some money.
Yeah.
I need to make some money.
Yeah.
I planned on making some money playing basketball for the rest of my life, or for a short portion. But it's like, I need some money.
Yeah. So going from, all right, you're working at Foot Locker, you see the behind the scenes, you see the numbers, you see the business. So then going from there, what kind of sparked you to like, hey, maybe I can do this on my own, or maybe I could start like kind of my own thing and kind of this streetwear type
on the
of world?
side, me and some of my boys, like the same guy, my best friend that worked at Foot Locker, and then another guy, Nimish, we ran these. He had an idea to do this Milwaukee Swap, which is a sneaker show, you know, buy, sell, trade, and do clothes and stuff there.
Right.
So he had this idea to do that, and we do that. Because I was already, like I said, I was graphic designing, so I'm making a couple of T-shirts here and there,
right?
You know, at this time now. So now we're there doing these pop-ups and these shows, and like my shirts are selling, and I'm like, whoa, hey, you know, I could probably do this entrepreneur stuff. You know, still it's nothing as safe as the corporate money.
Yeah,
you're 9 to 5, but it was like, hey, I'm selling some T-shirts, and it's just a one-man army here doing this. I'm pressing, I'm designing, you know, I'm at the table, I'm networking, making business cards and getting out. It's like, whoa. You know, so that's kind of was like, okay, it can be done.
Right.
You know, but it's like now I got to learn everything. Got to learn the business, got to learn the skills, the knowledge and stuff.
Yeah. So did that start out kind of as, I don't know, a hobby, as it was like, oh, this is fun, this is cool? Or were you kind of like in the mindset like, you know, I'm trying to like make this something bigger than? I
was trying to make it something bigger. It started like clothes and design, all that. I mean, it was a hobby, but like I was like, okay, can I make these top dollars? Like I knew I could design something that thousands and millions of people could wear, because I'm seeing it every day come from Nike. You know, I did a Nike internship where I sent some designs off, you know, to, and did it apply for, and then years later you see designs come on a T-shirt and you're like, yeah, that's kind of close to something I had.
Yeah, like I was like, I could do that.
Ago. Like, yeah. You know, and you're like, okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
Type thing. So, yeah.
Okay. And then you had a couple buddies with you, and so like how important kind of was that group of guys for, you know, kind of your growth and each other's growth?
It was real good, because those were two really good salespeople. Those was probably the first two salespeople I was introduced to. Obviously, my boy Johnny, you know, working for Foot Locker, still works for Foot Locker today, 20 years in. He's like one of the top execs over there. But they were sales guys, numbers guys.
Right.
Nemo, he's a hustler. Like, this dude could sell water to a whale, and now he actually runs Giannis's store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he got in with the Bucks, got in with Giannis and his brothers and Thanos and all them. He runs their shop, but the man can sell water to a whale. I mean, he was a sneakerhead and sales guy. So like, just, you know, you're starting to get around people that sales and have that mouthpiece. And, you know, I was a shy guy. I was quiet.
Right.
Like even when I was working at Foot Locker, like my first couple of weeks there, he was just like pushing me to go talk to people. And he was like, why are you so shy? He's like, you play in front of thousands of people. I was like, it's totally different.
It's like, I'm not talking, man. I'm playing.
When you're on the court, like, it's different.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
Okay. And these are guys you still talk to and still brothers.
I just, Giannis has some gummies out, and those where these connections come from, it's like, boom, I've been knowing this dude for 20-some years.
Okay.
He's working with Giannis. He's got some gummies. He's like, hey, can I get those in my store? Yeah, Giannis just dropped them off. Boom, here, I'll ship you a case. First one's in Colorado with it,
Yeah,
so
that's fire.
Yeah.
So going from streetwear, branding, stores, apparel, and then, you also dabble into like nightlife and then, event spaces and all types of stuff. So like with kind of all that going on, what's kind of like a common trait between like everything you kind of have dipped your toes in, if you will?
It's, I guess you could say, just sales. Like everything has pretty much been sales. Like even with nightlife, you're selling to people. I got to sell them liquor and alcohol. I got to sell them tickets to get in. So it's always marketing and sales, getting people in. With the stores, obviously clothes and shoes. So everything, always selling something to somebody.
Right. Yeah. Life sales. For sure.
Selling yourself to people. Like everything's a sell. You gotta. One of the things I learned was that you got to be able to negotiate. So like, just talking to people, selling.
Yeah. So what was one of your earlier, like, I guess, negotiations that you kind of like learned? Maybe you like fell flat on your ass and whiffed it, or maybe just like learned something big that would help you like, in that realm moving forward.
Contracts are huge.
Yeah.
Contracts are big. Just having contracts signed and knowing what you're signing up for, and that would be like some of the biggest ones. Like just knowing what you signed up for, and what everybody's role is. Yes, and reading it, because it's like the text message thing you get. Just hit the box and you agree to the terms.
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
iPhone. It's like, nah, you gotta read these lines, read between the lines, man. These contracts get wild, especially with artists and stuff. You start reading, you're like, wait, what? You want what?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Exactly. And, you see like stories, documentaries about like, oh, well, it said this in this like small paragraph over here.
Right.
And it's like, oh, what are you
Or you
signing?
put it real thin and small, and you're like, oh, and then your interpretation of the word is different from what a lawyer might interpret it, and they might interpret it. So it's just like, thank God for AI right now.
Yeah, for real.
Put the contracts right, and hey, break this down.
Yeah, and like no matter how like, quote unquote big or small that you are or whatever business you're doing, like I think it's just always good to have things on paper.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Make sure like, hey, this is what we're agreeing to.
The man handshake, and it can only go so far.
Yeah,
it's like, I gotta have it on paper, man. You gotta write. Yeah, gotta have stuff signed.
Yeah. So with like all of the opportunities that like get thrown your way, I'm sure like on a daily, yearly, monthly basis, I guess as you've grown as a person, how have you decided which opportunities to take, which ones to stay away from, and what kind of signs are there?
You look, depending on if I'm working on with somebody, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so I like to rock with everybody.
Right.
Like everybody has a story, everybody, is trying and hustling, because I've been there too, and I remember people wouldn't give me the opportunity.
Right.
So sending the ladder back down is huge, but so like working with people, like it's really hard for me not to work with you or say no, but I do got to be smart as business. So like track record, hey, how is things when you work with other people, referrals, hey, what do you know about, like I don't try and go off of what other people's relationships with somebody was, because mine and yours is different. Whatever you did over there, but how you interact with me and treat me, that's going to play a big part. So, and it's just a vibe too. It's just like, you kind of know, like early on I didn't, early on I was just jumping in everything, just,
Right.
It was like, I always looked at it. I remember I was watching a documentary like Lil Wayne, like he was on so many songs. Somebody asked him like, why are you on so many songs?
Right.
And he was just like, the more he's out there, the better, like that's how he considered himself, better than Jay-Z at the time. He's like, I'm everywhere.
Right.
I'm everywhere. So that was like one of my mentalities, was try and work with everybody, be everywhere, and stuff like that.
So yeah, starting out, you kind of become a yes man, because it's so exciting. Mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah, this person wants to work with me, that person wants to work with me. So from then and now, is that a lot different as far as?
A lot different. Now, when you get a little bit more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
You can decide who you want to work with, and do you really need I have the backing. I can get any artist in the world. Like we have the funds to do it, right?
Right.
But it's just like, depending on the price, like you know when somebody's gouging, you know what artists are going for, what the pay is, what like the breakdown is, and now you're just like, I don't really need to do it.
Right.
I'm not. No. They come to you with a great no, I'm good. Like I don't need to do it. You know, it's got to be the right fit. You know, and then again, early on, learning lessons, rushing into stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just not working out. You know, so
Right.
lessons just learned.
Yeah. So somebody who's like just starting out, maybe they're in their first year of business, maybe first couple months of business, would you suggest that, you know, they kind of say yes to more opportunities than maybe, you know, you would? Or what would you suggest to somebody who's just kind of starting out?
If somebody's just starting out right now, I would tell them, you know, like jump into different things because you got to see what's sticking. Like you don't know who your crowd is. You think you know who your crowd is. Everybody thinks they know what their crowd is.
Right, yeah.
Until you first sell some stuff. Like my first clothing line I created was Vindictus that we was talking about, right?
Yep.
The word had like a Russian sound to it, right? And when I put it online, I was getting orders. All my orders were coming from Russia. I was like, it's a streetwear, hip hop in Wisconsin, like brand, like streetwear.
Right.
But I'm getting sales from my designs in Russia. I'm like, okay, so, you know, at the time I'm not thinking of it now. Now I look back and I was like, man, I should have just pumped all kinds of money to Russia.
Right, yeah.
And it went that way, right?
Exactly.
But it's like you have to put your stuff out there to see who likes what's your age demographic, you know, men, women, like you gotta put it out there. So I would say do the different steps and jump into the different projects
Right.
with people. You know, you never know, and then you just never know. You're one yes away from everything just skyrocketing.
Yeah, exactly.
One yes away, one contract away, you know, it's so like to limit it and just be like all stingy with it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people like they want to move so perfectly, and they don't want to make mistakes,
Yeah.
which I think is a mistake
Love
in
it.
itself. Because like when you do stuff, when you learn what not to do, it actually saves you so much more time.
Yeah, yeah.
Then,
I wish
yeah.
I wish I got into it earlier.
Yeah.
Right. And failed a lot earlier because all of those failures now, like I'm solid now, but I'm still learning.
Right.
Obviously, still learning. Never
Always.
not learning, but all of those failures helped me move how I move now, and it's just
Yeah.
like I had to go through those failures. I guess you could say like in my prime, right?
Yeah.
My life, and it's just like. But they taught me something and it made me stronger. So I love failing. Like I'm not afraid to fail. Like I'll take anything on, you know, challenge. Like I love failing because I'm gonna learn something from it.
Right.
You know. So
Definitely. Was there like a specific failure that like kind of sticks out, which you don't have to say what it was, but like that maybe made you second guess yourself, or maybe even thought about quitting, or maybe like was like I don't know if I'm like, you know, in the right field or whatever.
There's been a couple. There, you know, even with Foot Locker, like even leaving Foot Locker to start my own business, right? Because even with my best friend, like watching him grow, like had I stayed, I'd be right up there because I was on pace. I was crushing it.
Right.
I was right on pace, you know, to be one of the top execs over at Foot Locker right now, right? But I took, you know, the chance to do my own, open up my own store, and you know, we started from the ground. You know, it was a risk, you know. So maybe, you know, like that was one of the times, like the first couple months, because the money really wasn't there. It was
Right.
there, but it wasn't like, it's like, man, I just turned down a salary, a 401k.
Yeah.
I cashed in my 401k to start business, you know. So I was just like, man, I just cashed in all of this for this. And
Right.
it's just like, I started thinking, it's like, ooh, probably shouldn't have done it, you know, because things weren't going as smooth, you know,
Yeah.
as possible. But we have to learn through those lessons. But yeah.
Yeah, especially like when there's the foundation which you learn from, and so like it's like, oh, this is dope,
Yeah.
like, you know, but that's already the foundation.
Like that's their foundation.
Yeah.
They've been doing this.
Right.
They've got it all. Like, and you're like, oh, I could do this, but what they had, the foundation that they had to lay down was probably insane. And you're like, oh yeah, you're just looking at the top side. Like, oh yeah, grass is greener over there. I can do it myself. And
Right, and then you
you're
see,
like,
it's
oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta apply for this. I gotta
Right.
file this. I gotta do rent, payroll. It's like, oh, now I get why my boss was always yelling at me to cut people and send them home early. You know, I was like, oh, it's corporate. We got money, payroll. Man,
Right.
when you come out of pocket for that payroll,
yeah,
it's totally different.
exactly.
You're like, oof. What time of year? You gotta go.
Yep. So what would you say is one of like the biggest things that people don't really see behind the scenes when it comes to just business in general?
They don't see the late hours, the hard work. Like I know it's cliche and everybody says it, that you're going to be working a lot. You're going to be working a lot of hours.
Yep.
And it's a lot of work. It is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice.
Right.
Like, man, going out to the club. Like, I mean, I'm working in the club and some of the stuff, so it's like, yeah, I'm there, but
you're working. Like, you're not.
Partying is, if you really want to make it, man, you got to sacrifice a lot. Family, friends.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of time you have to put in, and it's not a lot of hours in this world, and there's a lot of distractions too. So it's like you just got to have tunnel vision, lock in, and
yeah. What was one of your biggest sacrifices you had to make?
Would be time with family, 100%. Through basketball, like I'm just that guy. Like I'm okay with being alone and by myself. Like,
right.
When I'm in, like I don't need to be around people, right? So when I'm locked in, man, like and just. Like I'm basketball, anything. I'm committed, right?
Yeah.
So man, I done missed out on so many family reunions, birthday parties, funerals, graduations. Like people doing great stuff. Like I'm just like boom. I got to be here. I got to fly here. I got to camp here. I got business meeting here. Like hours. I got to be here. I got to work. I'm the only one here.
Right.
I can't leave. Can't leave early. Can't. So I miss a lot of things, man. So, but it's worth it.
Yeah. So kind of segue into that, I'm gonna, for lack of a better way to say it, since now you're a lot more seasoned in your craft and in your life, with so many moving parts and family and your own family, kind of how do you catch yourself if you're like doing too much before you get like burnt out, or when you're just like, all right, hold on, I gotta take a pause on things. Are you aware of that?
I am aware of it. It sucks because I'm just such a workaholic. Like, I just love the grind. I love the hustle of it, like, to do it, And it's like sometimes I'll be like, man, why am I so, like, angry? And I'm like, dude, because you've been going straight for, like, 7 days straight, 12 hours each day, And it's like, I love my daughter to death. Like, she grounds me. Like just hearing her, like, kids just learn stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she always, I think it was a Gatorade commercial, and they was saying pause is power. And the first time she said that, I was like, huh, wait, what? Where you learn that from? She was like, Gatorade, the commercial. And I was just like, pause is power. I was like, okay. And she had used it on me, and I was like, and it stuck with me. And I was like, okay, pause is power. Like, chill out sometimes. Like, your own child uses that against you, like, okay, maybe I'm going too hard. Like, maybe I need to, chill. So then I start, you just start, now, like you said, I'm seasoned and in tune, right? So now I know, like, when my stress levels are up and stuff like that. It's like, hey, I need to chill. I need to relax. Yeah. I need a vacation, stuff like that. So. Yeah.
And so what are your, self-care activities? I'm assuming obviously hang out with your daughter, your family.
Yeah.
But what do you like to do for yourself?
It's, like I said, like, hobbies and stuff like that. Like basketball. I still play basketball. Like, I'm so blessed to still be able to move around and play at 42 years old, so like going to the park, put my headphones on, throw some Afro beats on. Yeah. I'm sitting out there shooting hoops by myself, the wind blowing, sun shining, like getting the sun, grounding, putting my feet in the grass and just chilling and just slowing down because I've always been on the go. Right. My whole life has been on the go. So now I'm being able to just slow down, take trips. Like now, I don't drink anymore. So like, drinking was fun when I take trips and stuff. But now I'm on these trips, I'm sober. I get to actually enjoy it. It's like, man, it's a beautiful sunset. Yeah. It's like coming at the other end of the hill, like when people getting real old, like your grandma and grandpa, it's like they enjoy things a lot more. It's like that's where I'm at now. It's like, oh, okay. This,
appreciating the little things.
Yeah, the little things now just mean so much to me. So
Right.
So like playing basketball. Like I said, I just got back into the cards and stuff. Drawing. I was all digital. I just started drawing by hand again. Sketch on my sketch pad. So, and then my daughter sees all this stuff, so she does it with me. So it's like I'm doing it with my best friend now. Now she can talk back. I got a whole little me sitting there, and we just conversation, bro.
Right. So I'm happy that you have those outlets, which is super important. And we live in this modern day society, and I'm sure you know, where it's just like everybody's like work, 24/7. You see the podcast, no days off, like freaking grind. No sleep, all that. All that stuff.
Yeah.
But what would you tell people who kind of had that mentality about the importance of kind of like the balance? And balance isn't 50-50, It could be 70-30, it could be 80-20. But just kind of having like, hey, like enjoy life, have your release, don't kill yourself, essentially.
Yeah,
like
don't kill yourself. But if you want things, you're going to have to sacrifice and work hard for them, right?
Right.
So just balance, like you said, it could be 50-50. You know, you got to know your balance.
Right.
You have to know. You have to know what you're in. You got to like, hey, we're gonna be some good days. There's gonna be some bad days. There's gonna be some broke days. Like, it's going to happen. That's life.
Right.
Like, you have to know. You cannot be naive in this world and know that things are not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at like a homeowner. Like, I'm there. My water heater is gonna go out. At some point, it's gonna go out.
Right.
It's not gonna be in the world because I'm prepared for it to go out. You know, the
Yeah.
electricity, like things are going to happen. And if I'm prepared for it and I know it's gonna happen, when it happens, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So having that balance is like, things happen to people and they just do not know how to like keep going and move forward because they don't have the balance, and they're just going hard. Like, they're going 7 days a week, and then boom, the car breaks down, and now it's like, now the business suffers because you're so focused on the car breaking down and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's just like, you gotta have that balance. You gotta have that awareness.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah. And awareness, right? Self-awareness
Mhm.
is huge.
Mhm.
Like, know thyself. Like, it's just you in the mirror every day.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, if I'm doing this, then I need to do that. If I'm doing too much of this, then I should probably do that. Like,
Yeah. It's like working out. I hear people complain, go to the gym.
Right.
That's the first thing I always say. It's like, do you go to the gym? No. Okay. What do you eat healthy? No. Like, literally, this is wild that people will complain and then they'll just be eating a bag of chips right in front of you. Like, as they're complaining, you're like,
Right.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So part of business, a huge part, especially like, it's huge for me, is networking.
Yeah.
And it's all about, they say who you know, not what you know.
Yep.
A lot of times. So for you, especially like kind of transitioning into like the nightlife space,
Yep.
which you're in, and you've helped open clubs and other nightlife venues and Bounce and stuff like that. So how has the nightlife impacted your network? And then even earlier on when you started, how hard was it to kind of have that balance of like, all right, this is still work, this is business, but like this is also fun, and people go there to have fun. So like kind of navigating that.
It's real tricky. When it comes to nightlife, it's real tricky, especially when you still want to party. Like, I'll party with my friends, but then I am the party.
Right, yeah.
I've got to provide the party, so you kind of get burnt out quick. I remember one year, I was partying so much, and just drinking so much that alcohol was like, ugh, to me.
Right.
So we were partying so much and drinking so much, and then I took a whole year off of not drinking, right? And then started back up, again, partying, drinking, but it's so hard because it's always somebody's birthday. Somebody's always celebrating
Yep.
something. It's always a major event in somebody's life that
Right.
you've got to, and then when you create these networks, it's like, it's somebody's birthday every day.
Oh, yeah.
How long I've been doing it, it's somebody's birthday every day, or somebody's kid's birthday, or celebration, or somebody's throwing a party or event. It's every day, 24/7.
Exactly.
And that's part of the whole network. Like, it's the gift and the curse.
Yep.
Man, you got those networks. It's a lot of the stuff I have today all come from network. Like, I love all my degrees and the doors that they can open up, but just knowing the right person has
Right.
opened up so many doors. And then just being grounded on how I was raised, being a polite person, and just
Right.
Just being real with people. Like, they gravitate to that, and people feel that.
Yeah.
So like now, they trust me, and then these doors just open up. I'd be like, I'm so lucky. The life I live, I'd be like, I don't know. It's just, I'm just blessed.
Yeah.
I'm really blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you kind of touched on it a bit, but kind of about how you're raised and humble beginnings. So in that world, how do you manage ego of yourself and of others? Because, that world brings a lot of people with money and
Mhm.
people who think, they're too good for other people, and they just kind of flaunting their stuff around. And
It's tricky because for people that don't have it, I feel like it's a little easier for them because when they get money, they know what it was like not having money.
Right.
Right. So I always feel like it's easier for people to navigate that part. But when you get that money, money, they say money shouldn't change you. It does change because you're going to start eating at different restaurants. You're going to start going to different places in the world.
Right.
It's going to change. You're going to do new things. Like,
Right.
It's tricky, and keeping that ego down, it's hard. It's a struggle. I ain't gonna lie. Like, personally, I was got to remember, I wanted that basketball life. I wanted to go to the NBA.
Yeah.
Right. And then the clothing brands and the stores got me that lifestyle that I wanted. Right. The Allen Iverson lifestyle.
Yeah.
I got that through the clothes in the shoe stores, and now I've got the big chains, gold grills, and I've walking around with $20,000-$30,000 cash in my pocket, be able to eat when I want, go anywhere I want. If I want to take a flight somewhere, just go there. Like being able to do that, like it's rough, it's tough, it's hard to juggle, and then it's ego with it. Now you're like, I'm the man, I'm him. You can't tell me nothing,
right?
So. But I wouldn't know how people that, started with it, I don't know how they balance that,
Yeah.
Like it's because it's tough. Like being on both sides of it, seeing both sides now, it's like I was like, I don't know how somebody that's always had money and big ego, like how they ground themselves, because it's like, yeah, it's different.
Yeah. And I simply chalk it up to, like you said, like I think how you're brought up and how you're raised.
Yeah.
And like, if you've always been a good dude, then you're most
you're
likely still be a good dude.
Yeah. Still gonna be a good dude. You're just a good dude with more money, which sucks, because now it doesn't suck, but it's like people know.
Right.
And like my inbox and my phone, hey, I got this charity thing, did a charity. And you're like, you know what it's like not having money, and I'm a big sucker for the kids. I love the kids, so it's just like, man, I just remember being a kid wishing for stuff all the time, right? So now I'm just like, here.
Right.
Oh, we're doing this for the kids. LB got here. So it's like you say, you rate the foundation. My parents, God rest his soul, my dad, my mom. Talking to them daily, like it grounds you.
Right.
It grounds you back, and they'll talk trash to you. Oh, you think I'm sorry, Mom, my bad. I'm still opening up doors for people, Mom. I'm still saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir.
Yeah.
So having that foundation at home, it helps.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And then so like on the money topic, what's one of the biggest lessons you learned about money as you've kind of gone through your entrepreneur career?
Get a CPA, a financial advisor.
Right.
Definitely those. I was bad with money. I'm better now, but I was bad with money.
Right.
Because I had that mindset of I can always get it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never worried about, even when I, some of the businesses went down and I was like, oh shoot, what are we gonna do? Like I never like was worried because I knew if I did it once I could do it again.
Right.
If I did 5,000 this week, I knew I could do 5,000 the next week, or double that, or triple that, or quadruple. Like I knew I could. I never stopped believing, and it was like maybe it's like a manifestation, right? Like I'm always believing blue, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. So that would be one of the big lessons, is definitely have a financial advisor, have a plan, invest. Like when it comes to money, taxes, all that whole realm, like it's a game. Know the rules.
Right.
And if you know the rules, like. If you're sitting back watching people complain about, oh, this person didn't pay taxes and this, like, man, learn the rules. You learn the rules of this game. I'm like, he wrote a what? He wrote a jet off?
Yeah.
A $10 million jet. He pays no taxes? Okay, how you do this?
Yeah.
Ask the question. How do you do this? Research it. How do you do this? Because it's right there. It's not like you can't do it.
Right.
People think, hey, no, you could do whatever they doing, you could do. Same rules. You just got to learn the rules.
Oh yeah.
Any game you play in this world, like you're not gonna be good at chess if you don't learn the rules. You're not gonna be good at Uno if you don't learn the rules. No, you cannot stack the two colors.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Education.
Yeah. The more you know, the better you are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Knowledge is power. That's what that whole knowledge is power.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what would you say are like non-negotiables in your world as far as like firm boundaries, whether it be in your personal life, whether it be in your business life? What are just like things that either you must do or you won't do?
I'm going to work hard. That's a must, right? I'm going to hold my word. I've always been about that. It's just one of those things about me. When I give my word, I give my word. So I'm gonna be there. If I don't, then something went wrong. Something like had to happen for me to break a promise or something like that. And then my daughter, like, it's not a negotiable. Like, comes to her anything, like, whether it's her schooling, whether it's, family time, trips. She wants to hang out.
Right.
All of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So with your daughter, like since becoming a dad, how old is she now?
She's 9. She'll be
9?
10 2 months.
Oh damn, you're coming up on teen years,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Woo. Those are the fun ones.
Yeah. Tough. God gave me a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll humble you real quick.
It will.
Yeah. But yeah, what has she taught you since you've been a dad, and like how's that impacted your life and your business life?
Like I said, she's taught me how to slow down. You know.
Yeah. That pause.
Yeah. that pause's power is huge. She's taught me that. She's like, my parents are military. You know, all my coaches were like militant. You know, they're all like da da da, and like with her, she softened me up, man. Like even my coworkers, like if I'm working on a project, like I'm kind of the worst person to work on a project with, because I'm just like, let's go, boom, boom, boom. Where you at? What are you doing? Why are you standing here?
Yeah.
You did this, and everybody's just like, help me. And it's just like, I just want everything to go right. And with her, it's just like, man, I try with her, but then when she starts crying, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got to figure this out. I got to soften up something. She's only 10. She's only 9. Like, how do I talk to her in her world? It's not the same world I grew up in. You know? And we all do this. It's like by default, like, well, we used to eat this when I was a kid, or we used to do this when I was a kid. Like, it's different. It's not the same food. It's not the same world out there that she's seeing with her eyes on TV and stuff. So like, it's a little bit more emotional.
Yeah.
You know? So it taps me more into my emotions. I guess I'm in my soft era now.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm in my soft era. She's softened me up.
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad. I like it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And so obviously she doesn't know everything you do. You know, she's 9, going on 10. But what do you hope that she learns from you by watching the things that she does see?
Just how hard I work, that anything is possible. Like, I always instill that in her, like, hey, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Anything is possible, And she's just like, yeah, Dad, I got that dog in me. And I'd be like, okay, little puppy, but I still, hey, you can do this, like,
Yes.
So, like, just pushing her in her sports and stuff, or, she's dealing with something at school and can't get a project done, or her grades and stuff, and it's just like always giving her that positive reinforcement. Because my parents did that to me all the time. Like, it was like back then, and I did the same thing she does, just like, oh, whatever, Dad, But it's like, no, just keep saying it over and over and over. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah, and that sticks with you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure, as you can attest, like, even for me, later on, when I got an adult, I was just like, oh, that's what my parents are talking about. I was like, oh, that's what they meant. It's like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Everything they say, you be like, oh, that's what my mom was saying. That, like, everything I did to my mom, my kids are doing to me, and my mom told me the same thing that her mom told. It's literally, it's in the DNA. It's the same thing. And I'd be like, man, my mom used to say the same thing. Man, she's doing this to me.
Right.
And you call her and you're like, yep. And she's like, I told you.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So I know you're Mr. Workaholic, work. But between work and home life, like, how do you separate those things? And like, how are you at home after you're like working all day, and then now you go from, boss, entrepreneur, CEO to now I'm dad, partner, whatever.
It's more like again, the balance, right? But then knowing, like, I know when I'm at work, I'm going so hard.
Yeah.
So then when I do get home, like, I'm kicking my feet up and I'm relaxed and I'm like, hey, I'm still gonna answer, because you can't. It's like an addiction, they say. Like, you just can't go cold turkey.
Right.
Me quitting alcohol and it is like, okay, I'm only gonna have a sip once a month, a drink once a month, and then it turns into, so just going cold turkey, like, no. So like, I'm gonna open my phone and do some work on my phone and answer some texts and some calls, but it's just having a balance and limit. It's like, okay, boom, knowing that time, okay, it's the last 3 hours of the night, she's gonna be going to bed soon, put my phone down,
right,
and be with her for these last 3 hours.
Yeah.
The other couple hours before that, yes, I can move some stuff in there and there, and she knows. And she said it. That'll get you too. Another reason why, how do you have the balance? Your kid will break your heart. Dad, you're always working.
Damn, and then it just all comes.
Dad, you said you could, like, now she can text and stuff. What time you get home today? 5. It'd be 8, 9 o'clock at night. Dad, where are you? Thought you was coming home at 5. And it's just like, oh, I miss you. And you're like, oh, it starts hitting you like, okay, I gotta do better.
Yeah.
I gotta do better. Because you see the movies and stuff where the kid, where the parent is working all the time, and
Yeah.
the kid, you know, is just so sad, and all they ever wanted was their dad or their mom, and
Right,
you know,
yeah.
show them some attention. And then you got the kids that do crazy, wild stuff in this world, and it's like my parents were always so busy. Well, how didn't you guys didn't know that they had these guns in the basement?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's like,
we're busy working, you know,
Right.
building them a better life. So
yeah.
she's
It
great.
goes back to that word balance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the kids will do it to you for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Or even your partner, you know?
yeah.
So,
They bring it. They'll let you know.
yeah.
They'll let you know you're working too hard. Like,
Right.
Oof, like, damn it. Yep, should have been there. Missing birthdays and holidays. That's the biggest thing. Working retail or nightlife.
Right.
Like, you're working all the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, retail. There's all Christmas. Christmas is the biggest time of the year. So like Thanksgiving, you know how it's been. They're now getting a little bit more relaxed on it, but you know,
Right.
they start getting cutthroat. And Thanksgiving, you have to open up stores at midnight.
Yep.
The mall's opening up at midnight. I was like, man, dude, I just ate at 10 o'clock. I just ate at 9 o'clock. You know, like
Yeah.
I gotta get some sleep real quick. Can't hang out with the family. I have to eat, go to sleep, to work a 14-hour shift on the busiest day of the year, Black Friday. You know,
Right.
so it's like, you don't even get to enjoy Thanksgiving. You don't even get to enjoy Christmas Eve and Christmas, because the day after Christmas is the biggest return in sales day again.
Right.
You know, so it's like you don't get to enjoy Christmas Day because you're like, I gotta go to sleep. You know. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when it comes to routine habits, one, how important is that, you know, as somebody who runs businesses and people, and what does your routine look like?
I'm big on routines. I've had to break a lot of habits. I still have a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
You know, I work really well in chaos.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I'll have the whole day to get something done.
Right.
And when it's crunch time of 2 hours of getting this done, like, I just work really well. Like, you know, so having a routine is huge. It comes down to like my sports. Everything in my life always goes back to basketball.
Right.
You know, and it's just, I'm left-handed, and they always used to play me right. He can't go right, and it was just out in the backyard, practicing the right-hand layup, practicing right, till I finally had my right hand was strong enough to do a right-hand layup. So that's how business is. Like, I just got to keep practicing and keep practicing and keep practicing. A routine of, you know, oh, we're doing this today, doing this today, doing this today, doing it until we master it, until we get better at it, until we execute it, until it's like, until we're prepared.
Right.
You know, like if I'm got to meet my nemesis in the championship game, he knows that I can't go right. So I need to do everything over the summer to prepare for that. So it's just like throwing an event. I'm throwing an event. I need to make sure everything is prepped.
Right.
So that the night runs smooth. Because again, like I say, something's always going to go wrong. So
Yeah.
I tell everybody like I'm working with, I was like, they'll get everything done. I was like, okay, something's going to go wrong. We're going to deal with it when it happens. But
Right.
just know something's going to go wrong. I just don't need you guys panicking on me
Yeah.
when it goes wrong. Like, you know, something's going to happen. You know?
Yeah, and this is how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's ever just like...
It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. You might get some smooth ones. Yep. Couple in a row, and then...
Yeah. So when it comes to routines and habits, for somebody who's just trying to start to
Mm-hmm.
create, you know, habitual things and create a routine for them for some consistency in their
Yeah.
life, what's kind of some simple things you would tell them just starting out for some basic stuff?
Notes, calendars, like especially a calendar, like just mapping out your time, your day, your week.
Okay.
You know, that's the biggest. Like, just map it out, because again, things are going to happen. You're going to have your whole week mapped out, and you're going to have to add something or take something away, and something's going to happen. So if you at least kind of have a schedule of what you're going to do, where you're going, and when you need to be there, you know, that definitely. And then just having that roadmap in life. What do you want to do? Like,
Right.
where I want to be in a month, 2 months, 3 months, a week, you know?
Yeah.
Just all that, just time management on that part would be huge, would help them,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
No, time management is huge.
Yeah.
And so I'm using calendars. My stuff's color coordinated.
Yeah.
It's like I always say, like, yo, be your own personal assistant
Yeah.
until you can afford one.
Yeah. Smartphones changed
yeah.
everything for me. Like, I grew up in the era of the flip phones, pagers, flip
Yep.
phones, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the technology, I started from the baby of stuff to now, and
Right,
it's like,
yeah.
man, like, when I got the smartphone, the notes and the calendars and all the alarms and everything syncs together, you know? Like,
Right.
it's crazy. Like, somebody send me something in an email, and I can, boom, add it to a calendar on my phone, and I know when to be there, and conference call. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
makes life so much easier.
Yeah, it really does. So I want to go into decision making.
Okay.
So when it comes to making decisions, whether it's something simple or whether it's something a huge opportunity or something, how much of that decision making is kind of data driven? You look at the numbers, you look at X, Y, Z versus like kind of gut feeling.
Yeah, a lot of it is gut feeling, but then it's both. It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance because, like, it's risky to do some things, and then you're like, okay, I got to make a decision. You can have all the data, you have the numbers. It's like it's 100% win, and you're just like, I just don't feel right about this though.
Right.
It just doesn't feel right. The timing of this, because they say numbers don't lie, but like, hey, this is just bad timing of the year.
Right.
Like, for instance, when I booked Chris Brown.
Right.
Here's a good one. When booking Chris Brown, I'm like, okay, he's the biggest artist. He can come. We're all the way in Lafayette, so there's the thing. People are like, oh, you're so far away, right?
Right.
You've never done a big name up there.
Yeah.
So it's like, can I make this money back that I put down for him? Like being all the way up there, I'm like, I got the gut feelings like, oh yeah, he's the biggest artist in the world. Like we would be able to sell tickets easy, but I'm like, oof, we're way in Lafayette, and then the stuff starts coming out. Like people start reacting. Oh, he beat women and all that stuff. Oh, you guys support that? And it's like, dude, that happened like 10, 15 years ago. So now you're like, is that going to affect sales? Is that going to affect future business? Are people like, it's like all this stuff. So then you're sitting there but just like we do as a team or do with anything, we all sit down, we ask, hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? You just ask, what's the temperature? You test the temperature out there,
Right.
And once you get that temperature, again, you can get all the yeses, let's go. You still got to make the decision. You're like, all right, we got to pull the trigger on it. The data says yes, the temperature is right.
Yeah.
But then you're still like 50-50. Like, do we just nix this or do we run with it?
Yeah.
And it's just no guts, no glory. Go big or go home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it ended up working out. It was a success. You're over there shooting hoops with him.
There you go. It's a success. It turns out, and everything's good from there. Sometimes you on the bad end of that, but then you're learning something.
Right.
So, and then when the data was wrong or bad, and you still said yes, then you start trusting the data in that situation. Now you go back and it comes around again, and you're like, nah, this is summertime. It's slow in the summer. No, we're not gonna do this.
Right.
We're not gonna do this time. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So you can try and play with your instinct over the data at some points, but then it does come into hand and play. And you're like, okay, let me trust it.
Yeah.
But when you got that gut feeling, go with your gut feeling.
Yeah, always. Yeah. On both sides, it's like, if you're like, I'm not feeling this, then just go with that.
Because you know it. Like, especially if it's something like you're passionate about, it's your industry, you've done it, you know it better than numbers. And like those numbers probably came from people that just did it wrong. He's like, I do this. I know this.
Right.
Like, go for it then.
Yeah.
Do it. Go 100%. Don't go half. And just go 100% and make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel that. So with the longevity that you've had, just in your businesses and your careers, you have a lot to offer. And so, what would you say are 3 important attributes for an entrepreneur to have to kind of be in that longevity type of conversation to make their business last or whatever passion projects they're doing last?
You gotta have one of them is you gotta have patience. You have to have patience. Everybody's shooting for a home run. Wants to shoot the game-winning shot. You gotta have patience. Like, if you don't have patience, like, it's gonna be rough for you. Like, everything doesn't happen overnight. I think the rule out there is businesses don't even start making money till the 5th year, right? Yeah. You can make a little money here and there, but you're not gonna be profitable till like year 5.
Right.
Definitely gotta have patience, and then you gotta have like trust and belief in yourself. You gotta believe in what you're doing, what you're selling, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's your own business. So you gotta believe in what you do, because there's gonna be so many naysayers and haters and people, criticizing. You gotta be able to take that criticism. Like, just gotta tunnel vision. Prime example, Brunson. They said he was too short.
Yep.
Could never, all this stuff. What do you do?
Right.
Championship. And then we go to, like I said, everything goes back to basketball. When I say patience and stuff, look at LeBron, the longevity. You said the longevity of a career. Like, look what he's done. He's put in the work for his body. He invested in himself to be able to be the longest active player, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like you got to invest in yourself. Like, you got to believe. A third one, so we got patience. I think a third one would just be knowledge. You got knowledge.
Right.
Knowledge is so much power. Like, it'll get you ahead of so many other people. Like, book smart, street smart. I know people without degrees that are high-ranking jobs. I know people, with degrees that don't have, it's bad out here right now. I got people with masters applying at the place. I'm looking at the resumes. Oh, I got a master's in this and that. I'm like, whoa, okay. All right. Overqualified.
Right.
So it doesn't really, knowledge, power. I mean, knowledge is power, So
100%.
Just knowing. That's what I would say. Know your industry, know your business. Just know as much as you can. You can never stop learning. I'm still learning.
Right.
Learning every day. I learn from everybody. Learning from a 9-year-old.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Always a blank canvas, no matter who you're talking to. Got to have that mentality.
Yeah. Stop. People have so much ego. They don't want to talk to people or ask questions.
Right.
Like, I'm big on, I'll tell people I hire is like, no question's a dumb question. I'd rather you ask me and then not do it wrong instead of just, you're going to learn either way.
Right, yeah.
So I let them know that too. It's like, you're going to learn either way, but ask the question,
Yeah.
And then I was so shy. Like, once I got over that, again, that opened up more doors. I was, hey, how'd you do that? Oh, you don't tell me? Cool. How'd you do that? Can I ask you a question real quick?
Right.
Just, boom, tell you,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
So in this season of your life right now, what season are you in, would you say? Is it along the lines of you're trying to build something? Are you trying to maintain? Are you trying to let go? Is it a combination of some of those? Or like
It's a combination of those. Right now, I'm building and maintaining so I can let go.
Ah, okay.
So that's right. Like, I've got a 50-year plan. There's a certain place I want to be at 50, 55.
Okay.
So I've got 8 years to dabble with what I'm doing. I've got a bunch of major projects in the works right now. So it's like I'm locked in. It's hard because I'm raising a future teenager right now.
Right.
Where this is where a girl too, this is where things start changing and stuff. So it's just like, okay, if I lock in, I got the balance right now.
Right.
So as long as I keep the balance, I'll be able to let go and then just be able to just live. Like, I feel, there we go, living.
Yeah.
Living at 50, that's my plan, like my goal,
Yeah.
I could go to 55. I prepare for that too.
Right.
Things can happen, but to let go at like 50, man. Like,
Yeah.
So we go hard these next 8 and we'll see where we go. But I know I'm that type of person. I'm not going to be able to sit around and do nothing.
Right.
So it's going to always continue to go. And then she's going to want to do something and I'm back her and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to raise another entrepreneur,
Yeah.
That whole working 9 to 5, it's hard for me. Like, born to work a 9 to 5. It's not what he's born for. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
We're on this spinning rock in the middle of the universe, and I'm supposed to be working 9 to 5 job and paying bills and taxes. That's not what I was created for. So that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Yeah, knowing your purpose, for sure.
It's like, hey, so.
Yeah. Well, cool. I got a couple final questions for you.
All right.
I want to be respectful of your time. But before I hop into the final questions, I do want to acknowledge you for a second and acknowledge the man that you are. And like I said, you were one of my earlier mentors when we started, it's almost 10 years ago that happened. And, you educating us on just how to move and business and branding and just, different shirt designs and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, I know you've mentored other people, you've been a rock and a staple for everyone else. But in that, like Lil Wayne says, like, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Mm-hmm. Like, you're one of the most quiet dudes I know, but like, your movements are loud.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'll never forget this one moment. Like, we're at an event. I can't remember specifically where, but you're just kind of chilling in the back, and I was like, yeah, what's up? You good? He's like, yeah, I'm just observing. And then you just point out all kind of stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm just like, all right. So it's just like, I like how you move and, how you just know things and observe things and, you speak when it matters. Mm-hmm. You're not just out here, saying a bunch of stuff, and everything you do is valuable and meaningful. So I appreciate for that. And I appreciate you for being just a straight up dude, being humble, truly caring about other people. Like, when people talk to you, they know that you're invested in them. They know that you care. They know that you're genuine, and you don't get a lot of that, in general from people in this world. So, and also like doing everything you do, but also being a father, and that's huge. And all parents can attest to, especially parents who are also entrepreneurs. That's 2 separate jobs.
Yeah.
No days off. Either way,
all.
you're always on go mode. So, I just acknowledge you for
I appreciate
all
that,
that,
man. Yeah. Like,
No, just about, you kind of being a staple in the city and a staple in the community, and, being a dad, being an entrepreneur, and just, I just really respect you for all that, man.
Right. Like I said, I appreciate that. I really do. Like, I'm an old soul. Like, man, I'm just an old soul, man. Like, I just raised in different eras of just seeing so much. It's like, you hear it all the time. It's cliche to say, but I've just been through so many different eras, Like, if you look it up, there's like what 40-year-olds have been through, like everything, like from Y2K to, like I said, flip phones and all this stuff.
Right.
And then, 9/11, like the stuff we've been through is like insane.
Yeah.
So, just raised in a different, era of life, just still instilling those values,
Yeah.
trying to, pass them on, even with my guys, like, and then I know people are watching,
Yeah.
So like when I'm going to the grocery store and the old lady's coming out and I hold the door for her, I know some of the younger boys saw that,
Right. Yeah.
And then when people do something well, like at Bounce Empire, people turn in phones and watches and stuff all the time, and I reward them, like, hey man, you turned that in, here, I got something for you, just still letting them know that doing good deeds still go a long
for
way,
sure.
So.
And leading by example.
100%. They're watching.
Yeah.
Trust me, these kids are watching. They are watching.
Definitely. So my next question is it's called the 3 truths.
Okay.
So this is a hypothetical situation. And in this scenario, you can live as long as you want to, 120, 150, whatever it is. And you accomplish everything you ever wanted to do, You open up all the businesses, all the streetwear brands, you have all the celebrity guests come through all your events and shows. You're in the cover of Forbes, you're writing books, you're whatever you want to do, and you get to see whatever your kids want to do as well. But whenever the final day is in your life, whenever that is that you decide, all that goes away. We don't have any of the events, we don't have any of the podcasts, we don't have any of, the books, the magazines, the accolades, all of that goes away with you. But on your last day, you get a piece of paper and you write down 3 truths of life that you see to be true. And that's what we have to remember you by. What would you say your 3 truths would be?
3 truths to remember me by. Obviously hardworking, right? Passionate. People remember being passionate, hardworking, and then, just overall good person. Like that's just how I was raised.
Right.
I'm not perfect.
Right.
But I always see the good in people. Now, like I said, like a lot of people I hang around with, they'll say that to me is like, that's your weakness, is that you see the good. You're always giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And it's just, it's a good and bad thing, but those 3 should be remembered by.
I love it. And then the last question I have for you, in this season of life right now, what does living mean to you?
This season of life right now, living is enjoying life. Like I'm really enjoying life. Like like I said, I'm in the gym. I'm not drinking. With the family more. Like I'm taking trips. I'm going places. Traveling. I wasn't a big concert guy to even begin with, and going to concerts and shows and just enjoy it. And it's just like everything just slows down. It's just like in slow motion. I'm just like I'm living.
Yeah.
It's like the scene in Gladiator. He's got his hands and he's walking to his family and stuff. It's just like it's like that's where I'm like almost. It's like there, like that's where the path that I'm taking right now. It's just like, because I literally do want to just disappear. Like I just want to get everything going, and just I don't have to be on social media. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to debate with people. I don't, I love doing it. Ruffling some feathers here and there, and debate, and just seeing where people are testing the temperature of the culture and people. Just
definitely.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't waste my time on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat. Like, yeah, I don't want to,
Yeah.
human interaction, which it's going to go away for a while and it's going to come back. It's going to be a commodity like podcasts, and it's going to be the thing. So, yeah.
All right.
That's what's living is, yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, appreciate the time, everybody. LB, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah.